From the Museum of the Bible in Washington, D.C., the Cathedral of Gloucester, and other historic locations in England, and multiple locations in the United States. Production for the upcoming special documentary, What If the Bible Had Never Been Written, has been years in the making. This is a culmination of a series that began with Who is this Jesus? Is he the only way? And What if Jesus had never been born in 2022? John Rabe is Director of Creative Production for Kennedy Ministries.
I think many American Christians in the current day have an understanding that the Bible is spiritually enriching to them personally, but the thing that they sometimes miss is that this really is the book that built Western civilization. Without the Bible, you don't have Western civilization.
Over several years, producer Christina Vidal has traveled around the United States and to the United Kingdom to record expert interviews, spectacular cathedrals, beautiful stained glass windows, and historic manuscripts.
You know, we live in a society that's quite biblically illiterate, and we hope that people that are asking questions about the Bible are going to find answers here. We have these tools to do documentaries that make a difference, that edify, that educate, and hopefully inform people that might have doubts about the Christian faith and about the power of the Word of God. The Bible is life-changing, it's restorative for those of us who know Him, and it's redemptive.
We were fortunate to get to partner with the Museum of the Bible in Washington, D.C. to shoot parts of this program.
The Bible tells us that Jesus is the Word, the Logos, of God personified.
The museum is open. People are walking through, enjoying these exhibits, finding out about the impact of the Bible. And at the same time, we have our crew there with our equipment and our teleprompter, some incredibly talented people to bring viewers this Christmas present from us. What if the Bible had never been written?
The Museum of the Bible, in the heart of our nation's capital, is one of the largest museums in Washington, D.C., with 6 floors of innovative exhibits welcoming guests to engage with the transformative power of the Bible. The second floor, Impact of the Bible exhibit, includes displays on the global influence of the Bible on film, music, literature, fashion, science, technology, and government. In the America and the Bible exhibit, the life-size replica of the Liberty Bell is donated by our own Providence Forum, an outreach of Kennedy Ministries.
One of the things that we look at in this program is the singular impact of the Bible on the American experience. Everything from the Pilgrims arriving in America because of their biblical convictions to the Founding Fathers founding a system in which the law was the king rather than a human being, dividing powers because they recognized the inherent sinfulness of man, as the Bible teaches, and just incredible biblical literacy across the panoply of the Founding Fathers.
Our Founding Fathers had to refer to the Creator in order to make a revolutionary experiment make sense.
Without the Bible, America wouldn't be America.
If the Bible had never been written, there would be no America as we know it. There would be no economy as we know it, freedom as we know it. So thank God the Bible was written.
We have many, many guest experts in this program. Among other people, we have the great Dr. Oz Guinness is in the program, Tim Gagline, who was formerly with the George W. Bush administration.
We went to Gloucester Cathedral, and we interviewed the music director for that cathedral, Adrian Partington.
One of the great translators of the Bible, and the Psalms in particular, was a Gloucester man, William Tyndall. His choice of language was just fantastic.
We also interviewed Michael Nazir Ali, a top scholar in the field of religion, and we also interviewed the Baroness Caroline Cox.
But the one whom Jesus really does commend and ask us to copy is the Good Samaritan, who did go out of his way to help the wounded and the afflicted. And that's the Christian message.
We also interviewed Tom McLeish, a fellow of the Royal Society in London.
Francis Bacon was one of the founders of modern science that led up to the Royal Society was very fond of quoting, "It is the glory of God to conceal things, the glory of kings to find them out."
Shortly after our producer, Christina Vidal, interviewed Dr. McLeish in England for this program, he was diagnosed with cancer and passed away several months later. So this is really, if not the last interview, one of the final interviews that he gave, but just such an incredible expertise and a love for Jesus Christ, and from a truly authoritative position, able to show us how not only are science and Christianity not enemies, they are great friends, and in fact, Christianity is sort of a requirement for good science.
Michael Faraday is another example of Christians who are right at the heart of natural philosophy, who thanked God for the gift of being able to explore nature, and to do that and to help open up nature's beautiful structure to humankind as a whole.
Finally, we present to you the trailer for What If the Bible Had Never Been Written.
If the Bible had never been written, this world would be far worse off. Life would be exceedingly cheap.
There is no single book or document that has had more influence on the entire architecture of world history than the Holy Bible.
It's not an accident that the values venerated in the West are direct from the Bible.
The Bible is the only force known to history that has freed nations from corruption while giving them political freedom.
The Bible is powerful, and that's why we see the Bible being banned and even destroyed in other countries.
The world would be a very different place if the Bible had never been written. The truth is that the Bible and Christianity gave birth to modern civilization.
There is no book like it that has never changed in 3,000 years.
The Bible is clearly the book that made the West. The Bible is the only sacred text which is sacred to two faiths, not just one.
The Lord is my shepherd, I cannot want. And 150 Psalms with language like that is just such a treasure trove of beautiful imagery and beautiful expression.
It is matchless and it's limitless. Above all, it's timeless, and its truth has influenced countless numbers of people for good in ways that we'll never know.